obvious task, but you want your client to lay face up with her head on the white towel. People get confused, so you have to be very specific. And if I would have had a blanket or a towel on this, I would have said underneath the blanket, on top of the white sheet, face up with your head on the white towel. Very specific, especially if it's an older person or a man, because they don't listen. Okay? No offense. Men don't listen. Okay? Neither do old people. Mostly because they can't hear. So you give very specific instructions. When you are doing the wrap, if you are tall enough to reach over the person, absolutely reach over the person. If not, walk around the table. I'm going to do a corner and make my line straight. You want your arms wrapped or not?
Oh, yes. It's cold.
She's covered. Then I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to do that same corner. And I'm going to pull these up. Since she says she's cold, I'm going to pull this up over her shoulders a little bit. But I'm going to make my corner nice and neat. We're in aesthetics. Aesthetics means perceptible to the senses. And that means things that are beautiful. Now, are you claustrophobic?
No.
No. So I'm going to take her feet under her ankles, and I'm going to lift, and I'm going to tuck the sheet underneath. Okay? Now, that's all you gotta do. Nothing real special about it, but you want your client to be nice and neat. The last thing that we do before we start our facial and before we sanitize our hands, so I'm going to lift your head. I'm going to put the bonnet on. Lay down. And then I'm going to put the headband. Now, all headbands are Velcro. There's a scratchy side and then there's a soft side. You want the soft side to go underneath the neck. I'm going to stretch it. And attach it. Now, I want to make sure that all of the hair is covered, or as much of the hair as I can get covered is covered. And then I want to put my fingers in, not pull her hair, and make sure her ears are not folded, okay? You do not want your client's ears to be folded. That is a very uncomfortable way for them to lay for an hour. Now, I've got my sponges. These are sponges. They'll get really fat when they get in the water. I'm going to sanitize my hands because I touched her head and her hair. And then I'm going to start my facial. Now, even if your client does not have eye makeup on or lip makeup on, you want to get into the habit of removing eye and lip makeup, okay? So I'm going to take my 3 cotton rounds, 2 for the eyes, 1 for the lips. I'm going to wet them and wring them out really, really well. I'm going to use pre-cleanse. Now, if your client has contacts in, do you have contacts in? If your client has contacts in, you will not use pre-cleanse on them, okay? Pre-cleanse or, excuse me, you'll not use pre-cleanse on the iPads because the pre-cleanse will irritate the eyes. You would use a water-based makeup remover. Now, I'm going to take my first cotton round. I'm going to take my middle finger and I'm going to brace the side of the lips, and I'm going to wipe to the middle. Then I'm going to switch, and I'm going to wipe to the middle twice. Then I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to wipe it off. Now, if you've got a client, bring me that trash can, please. If you've got a client that has a lot of makeup on, you may have to do that more than twice on each side. If they do not have, thank you, babe. If they do not have makeup on, you only have to do it the twice. Now, to clean the eyes, I'm going to take and brace the brow with these two fingers. I'm going to put my hand above the brow and gently lift, and I'm going to wipe out on the top, in on the bottom, and down the lashes. Okay? Out on the top, in on the bottom, and down the lashes. The reason you're going to do that is because of direction of pressure. Then the last thing I'm going to wipe off is her brow. I'm going to throw that cotton away, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other hand. Out, in, and down. Now, when you get into your own place, you'll find your own rhythm. But while you're here, this is how I want you to do it.
Miss Jamie,
Yes, ma'am.
do you think maybe she could be turned this way? I feel like none of us can see anything.
Y'all can stand up and come around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can shut the door. All right. I'm going to use my sponges, and I'm going to brace and wipe her lips off. And I'm going to wipe her eyes off. Now, with pre-cleanse, it's very important that you remove all the pre-cleanse because it is an oil-based product. If you do not remove all of it, it's going to cause irritation on the eyes, okay? So you want to make sure that you get all of it removed. Now, got that done. Then we start the actual facial. I'm gonna use some pre-cleanse. About a pump and a half. With pre-cleanse, we apply, spread, cleanse, dry, and then we wet our hands. Now, y'all see how long my fingernails are? Had I known, had I planned ahead, I would have cut my fingernails because I've scratched her twice already. Now, I didn't scratch her hard, and she probably didn't even feel it, but I felt it. And if you've got somebody who has this much space, no neck, you can actually go this way instead of trying to roll pat. Because see, even my tiny hands have a hard time roll patting.
I ain't got no neck.
You have no space.
It smells so good. They're pre-cleansed.
Is it burning?
No, I just smell, you know, when like
The UV? Now, I'm gonna wet my hands. Oops, I'm so sorry, Drea, this is cold. You see how that turned milky? That's how you know that you have enough water. I'm gonna spread it once. And then I'm gonna cleanse it.
So you only spray it one time?
After you add water, one time. And if you feel the skin becoming drier, or you feel the oil kind of fighting you, just wet the skin. Now, we would roll pat. This is the movement. But for me, with the space that I am provided, she has such good skin. Alright, cleanse one. Now we're going to do cleanse two. Cleanse two is with your type specific cleanser. In this case, I'm going to use special cleansing gel. And you use about a pea-size amount. I haven't used mine in a while. About a pea-size amount. Now this stuff is supposed to be foamy, like my hands, not dry like on her face. I didn't have enough water, that's why it was being dry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not pre-cleanse, but special cleansing gel is pretty thick. You need to make sure that you are rinsing your sponges every couple of swipes, okay? And you want enough water in your bowl that you can put your whole hand down, bury the sponges, and squeeze them out, okay? You do not want them like a desert, but you definitely want them squeezed out so we're not dripping water and product onto the skin.
Such a good model.
She's got great skin. And if you feel like you need to go over an area more than once, go over the area more than once. Now, the next product is Daily Microfoliant. There are a few different ways you can use Daily Microfoliant. You can pour it in a cup, add water, and whip it up. Or you can cheat and not have to wash another cup and just put it in your hand. Now, the thing about this product is it has to stay wet. It foams too. There are no specific movements to do in the Daily Microfoliant. Just make sure your hands are wet while they're moving over the skin. And you exfoliate with this product for 1 to 2 minutes. That's it. Not 1 to 2 minutes in each section, just 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so I do a double remove with Daily Microfoliant because I'm going to massage right after it. So I'm going to remove with my sponges, and then I'm going to grab one of my steam towels and remove the rest of it with the steam towel. Normally, if I'm in the spa and I'm using this product, I would take a milky cleanser like Ultra Calming Cleanser, and I would remove the product with Ultra Calming Cleanser, just simply because it's going to pick up all of the little bitty beads. Daily Microfoliant is notoriously hard to remove, and that is the easiest way that I have ever found to remove the product. This is one of those products that if you're not doing a really good job at removing it, you can end up leaving it on the skin and they'll walk out with a white ring around their forehead. It's not cute. Maybe one of them towels. Doesn't matter which one. Good, it's warm. Now, my steam towel is wet, but it is not soaking wet. You want it to be able to hold water without dripping water. We're gonna make this little W thing here. I'm gonna lay it down on her chest. I'm gonna do some pressure on the shoulders. One, because it feels good. Two, it helps to pick up any of the little particles of daily microfoliant. I'm going to put the fold right under her nostrils. I'll put my hand on my finger on the side of one of her nostrils, and I'm going to pull up. Finger on the other side. Pull up. Now I have a nice little cocoon for her face. I do very, very light pressure because it feels good. Do not grip their head like you are a sumo trying to eat a watermelon. Don't do it. It hurts. I'm going to take the corners of the towel. I'm going to start at the forehead. And I'm going to work my way down, making sure that I get rid of all the little bits of daily microfoliant. I remove the bulk of the daily microfoliant with the sponges so that when I get to this part, all I'm trying to do is remove the trace elements. Now, to clean the décolleté, I'm going to take my hand and put it in the towel. I'm going to grab the tails and pull it back so that I have a little mitt that I can work with. Don't bunch the towel up in your hand like you cleaning your countertop, okay? We're not cleaning counters. We're not cleaning, you know,
Other stuff.
other things. I'm gonna do the same thing. This is something where they should be able to feel your hand beneath the towel, okay? All right, so here we are going to take our towel and kind of fold it like that and hang it over this little leg right here, this little brace that holds the table up. At State Board, you're gonna have a bag taped to your table with some good tape, like some masking tape or some of the gray stuff, the duct tape. It's gonna be marked dirty linens, and that's where you're gonna put your dirty linens. Nothing dirty goes back on the work surface, okay? You need to make sure that your work surface is clean at all times. I do have some water, but that's why I have a waterproof towel. All right, the next part of the facial is the massage. I'm gonna use about that much massage cream. It's what, like a quarter size, a little fat quarter. I'll warm it up with my hands. You want a little resistance, okay? That's a little too much resistance. So I'm gonna add just a little dot of water. All right, now I've applied it. I've added my little tiny dot of water to my hands. Once I start this portion of the facial, I can't remove my hands from her until I'm done with the massage, okay? So, start at her temples, do temple frictions, and then I'm gonna spread. Shut their door.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Jill?
So you do remove the massage gel cream, after you apply it.
Do what, babe?
You do remove the massage gel cream after you apply it.
Yes, you do. Now, this is a product that says you can leave it on as a mask, but you still have to remove it. What Dermalogica did was they turned their massage cream into a gel treatment. So when you're using this product as your massage medium, you're also helping to work the ingredients in it into the skin. Now, at State Board, you use a cup for your mask. I don't use a cup for my mask ever, and only time I use a brush is when I'm teaching. In the real world, I put the mask in the palm of my hands after I throw it on the floor and drop it again. I put the mask in the palm of my hands and then I apply the mask with my hands. It is human to human contact and it's more relaxing for the client. Plus, the only thing I have to clean is my hands. I don't have to wash a brush, I don't have to wash a cup. I'm lazy. So, I'm going to show you today how to apply the mask. I've just put it in the palm of my hand. You could put it on the back of your hand. I'm just gonna damp the bristles of my brush just because I need a little flexibility. You're gonna start at the décolleté. You're gonna go across, okay? And you're gonna go back and forth across the décolleté. We do the entire décolleté because we cleansed and we exfoliated the entire décolleté. Now, some people brush up the neck, some people brush across the neck. Both of them are correct, okay? As long as you get the whole throat. This spot right here is the most missed spot. So you want to make sure that you're getting the whole entire area. Now, don't come around here to look, okay? All of your work needs to be done from the head of the table. I'm gonna go down the cheeks because it lays all the hairs down. It smooths out any follicles that are acting funny. I'm going to go down the side of the nose. Going to ensure that right up to her eye socket, but not inside her eye socket, is covered. Now, some people start at the forehead on the mask, and that's not wrong. It's just not how I learned how to do it, so it's not how I learned how to teach it, or teach y'all how to do it. This particular mask can go over the eyelids, so I will put it over the eyelids, but really not over the eyeball. Does that make sense? Like on the lids, but not on the eyeball. And I rinse my brush out, and then I put my brush in the water, okay? Now, I'm gonna cover her eyes because we want her to relax. So all I have right at this moment, because I only brought 3 cotton, are there some cotton rounds? Oh, great.
Yes, there are.
Sweet. Toss them in too, baby. Thank you. So I'm gonna take my cotton rounds. I know Drea don't like them to be sprayed with multi-active toner, but I'm not gonna put the dirty water on them. So I'm just gonna spray this side, make sure that they're damp. And then instead of putting the side I sprayed, I'm gonna put that side up, okay? And it shouldn't be as irritating to her eyes that way. You want them wet so they will mold to the face. Now, you're gonna do a hand and arm massage at State Board. I'm just gonna leave that right there for a minute. When you're doing your hand and arm massage, you want your client to keep their hand and arm rested.
Oh, my bad.
Jeez.
I'm so sleepy.
Me too.
And you're just gonna kind of give her a little rub down.
We're all gonna need a nap after this.
Usually,
But we can't take one.
What time is it? Oh, that's not bad. What time do we start?
Is it 44 minutes?
So we're not massage therapists, so the hand and arm massage is really just lanyap. Y'all know what lanyap means?
Yes.
A little something.
Louisiana girl.
And it's something free, a little something extra. So you don't have to be a whole massage therapist and know a great routine. We really just trying to put this lotion on her. That's what we're trying to do without telling her, girl, you ashy.
Thank you.
It was a weird one. It was like a cough sneeze. It prickled on my cheek.
Her hands are very dry. It's not good esthetician hands here, ma'am.
At least I washed them. Said at least I washed them.
At least she washed it.
Well, they're sanitized, disinfected.
You right.
There's soap in the bathroom to dry my hands out.
Now, no, I see one thing I forgot. The décolleté towel. It's all right. big deal.
The what?
It goes here.
I forgot it.
That is Jamie.
It's okay.
I didn't even think about it either.
Me neither, girl. I didn't even know that.
I am not at all.
Mess up for the week.
Like, for the massage part, or just like the whole time you
For the whole thing.
For the whole thing. You just put it like.
Yeah. So, I don't even think I brought one. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. I brought two. So,
To make it.
so when you're wrapping your client, before you put the headband on, you need to put the décolleté towel on. So you're gonna take the towel, lay it across her chest, and then you're gonna tuck it into the top of the wrap. This is to keep the wrap clean and to add another layer of protection for the client, okay? That's all it's for, basically, keep the wrap clean and add a little extra protection. All right, now, mask stay on anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, okay? Depends on the mask. While you're waiting on the mask to set, you can either clean up, you can do your charting. So I used pre-cleanse, special cleansing gel, blah, 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 okay? You can write down anything that you saw when you did your skin analysis. I did not do a skin analysis, but you could write down anything that you saw when you did your skin analysis. You could write down your recommendations for her home care, okay? Those are the things that you could do while you are waiting for this mask to sit.
Would you do that at Ford's too, or would you do?
Would I do what?
Like, would you do that at Ford's too?
No, you're not gonna have that kind of time, baby.
Okay, that's.
You're gonna rub that hand, and take that mask off. Huh? 20 minutes is all you get. I've been at this for 45.
Also, we have to do a thing.
Uh-huh.
You do what?
What you don't.
For real, for real.
There are a few steps that you're going to omit. So like the pre-cleanse and the daily microfoliant, you will omit those steps. Okay.
So you just do the cleanse and then.
Yeah, you cleanse once, then you massage, mask tone, moisturizing sunscreen.
Should we get a picture to the tools that you have up there?
Yes, they took a picture of everything.
So that thing, that kind of gets us. If y'all need it, just look at the board.
If you forget what?
The little thing.
The decolletage? Yes.
The towel won't
Oh,
count.
the towel. Okay, okay.
The towel won't count against you because every school does it differently. If you see someone else at State Board doing their setup like this, you'll know they're a Dermalogica school, because this is how Dermalogica does the setup. It's good.
I'm saying to you, you can send it to everybody. Thank you. You're welcome. girl.
Feels so good. Okay. Ooh, I let that one get a little wet.
You want those ones?
So we're not doing no hot towels either.
No hot towels at State Board. You have to use towels, but they'll be cold. Alright, I'm gonna put this down on her décolleté.
6 towels.
Oh, I probably feel.
Yes, minimum 6. Then before I put it on her face, I'm going to remove the iPads, throw them away. At State Board, you would just either put them in your bowl or throw them in your trash bag. Because you'll have a dirty linens and you'll have a trash bag.
Bless you.
But-
Bless you.
Thank
I'm gonna do my little light pressure. And if you have a tag like this, make sure you're not using it to try to clean her face. Just skip that whole piece of the towel so that tag doesn't scratch your client. they have these facial towels that are actually diaper cloths that don't have any kind of tags on them. They're huge and they are super, super soft. And they hold the heat very well. But they're really, really lightweight. That's what I like about them. They're called diaper cloths. Well, they're called facial cloths, but they're made out of diaper cloth material.
Where do you get them?
Universal companies. Probably also on Amazon. You can get everything on Amazon.
You just look up facial cloth, facial diaper cloth.
I'll look it up and see. What is it? Put facial towel in. Alright, next part is, let's put this back over here out of the way. Over here where it goes. We're gonna do toner. Now, couple things. Toner stays on the skin wet. Do not press it in. You're absorbing it into your hands as well as their skin, so do not press it in. You need it to help move the active moist in the sunscreen around. You don't spray like this because that's gonna get right in her eyes. You're gonna hold the toner straight up and down, squirt it away, and then do a rainbow pattern. Okay? Yes, we want her to feel like a drowned rat for a few minutes. I'm going to mix my sunscreen. See how it has that tint to it? It will look purple on her. I'm gonna mix my sunscreen in with my active moist. I'm gonna mix it really, 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 really well before I put it on her skin.
So you don't wait for the toner to dry?
No. The toner is a vehicle for the moisturizer and the sunscreen ingredients. It helps you to smooth them out. It helps you to massage them in. Somebody's got a spastic ring turn. Alright, now, clean my hands, and I'm going to take her out of the cocoon wrap the opposite way I put her in. So, I'm going to do headband first, then bonnet, lift her head up, lay her down, throw those away. Take my décolleté towel and put it down. Feet out. Alright, now, if you've got a larger client or an older client or someone who has a back or neck injury, you need to help them up. And when you help them up, you're going to hold on the base of the neck, where the neck meets the back. Okay? You're not going to push, you're not going to lift. You're just going to support, and you're going to hold and let them pull against you. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself and you're going to hurt them. All right.
It's on.
You did great.